Details on a deadly bank shooting. The third and final suspect in the case was sentenced today. Kelly LaJoy admitted to being the lookout back in 2010 when David Main was murdered and robbed outside the Citizens Branch in Woonsocket. New at 6, Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell is live in the newsroom with details on what LaJoy said in court today.
Kelly LaJoy cried as she apologized to David Main's family. Then she was sentenced to 188 months in federal prison. Both the defense and prosecution tell me they think that's a fair sentence. 3.5 years after David Main was shot to death during a robbery outside of the Citizens Bank in Woonsocket, the third and final defendant charged in connection with his murder has been sentenced.
It took us longer, frankly, than I would have liked to get to this point, but I'm glad we're here.
Today in federal court, Kelly LaJoy was sentenced to 15.5 years in prison, followed by 5 years of supervised release. LaJoy admitted to being the lookout for the triggerman, Jason Plew, and his getaway driver, Jose Santiago.
If she'd walked away, David Main is with us today.
Before she was sentenced, a tearful Kelly LaJoy addressed the court. She took responsibility for her role in the crime, and she also apologized to David Main's family, saying, "I am truly sorry for my involvement and your loss."
She's been very remorseful and tears up very often when I meet with her. She regrets that day every single moment. She'll regret it every single moment for the rest of her life.
Last October, Plew was sentenced to life in prison. Last week, Santiago was sentenced to 40 years in prison. David Main's family was in the courtroom. They did not want to speak with reporters after the sentencing. In the newsroom, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.